I'm James Finney, and here is your morning market brief. We first begin overseas with the major Asian Pacific markets once again trading mixed overnight, this time with Japan's Nikkei 225 index on the upside, 1.34%, touching a 4.5-year high. This on the FOMC statement, as well as expectations for more easing from the Bank of Japan. Meanwhile, European markets, they are selling off this morning, and U.S. stock futures were pointing towards a modestly lower open after the bell. The Dow Jones on the downside, a slight bit more than 90 points. Now, we first begin over in Europe, this after the ECB has stated that it will provide Cyprus with emergency liquidity assistance, ELA. However, that will only occur until March 25th. If Cyprus does not have a deal done by then, the ECB will indeed pull the plug on the ELA. Meanwhile, in related news, Cypriot officials are now considering nationalizing the pension funds of semi-state-owned companies, amongst other options. Keeping in the euro area, its composite PMI that fell to a reading of 46.5 in March from 47.9 during the month of February. And over in the United Kingdom, retail sales figures, they were up 2.1% month over month in February, beating expectations calling for a 0.4% increase. Over in Asia, Chinese HSBC flash PMI that climbed to 51.7 in March from 50.4 in February. This beat expectations calling for a rise to 50.8. Japanese exports that fell 2.9% year over year in the month of February, this time beating expectations of a 0.9% rise. Meanwhile, in corporate news, Oracle missed expectations when it reported third quarter earnings of 65 cents per share, excluding items, on revenue of $8.97 billion. And out of the United States, initial jobless claims figures, they climbed to 336,000, but they were below expectations calling for a rise to 340,000. U.S. flash PMI that climbed to 54.9 in March, above expectations calling for 54.8. And the FHFA house price index for the month of January, that was up 0.6%, just below expectations calling for a 0.7% rise. And just released existing home sales figures for the month of February, that's on the upside, 0.8% to an adjusted rate of 4.98 million. And the Philadelphia Fed Index, that rose to a reading of 2%. This from a previous reading of negative 12.5%.